Morning everyone, my name is Audrey, I'm Stitchy42. Today is Tuesday, April 19th, 2022. This is my channel about cross-stitch, life, the universe, and everything. And it's cold and wet and rainy outside. Is Mother Nature playing games in your area of the world? She's messing with us here in Oregon big time. We had snow last week. In April, in Oregon, we had snow. Usually if we're going to get snow, it's December, January, February. I think it has to do with the supply chain demands, and our order for February snow was arrive in April. Well played, Mother Nature. That was hokey as can be. Am I going to leave it in? Why not? This is me. This is how I roll. If you've been here before, you know that. I have no rhyme or reason to my videos, but the weather here has been crazy, and we're still expecting more crazy weather. I was online this morning, and here in the valley, we have weather advisories for snow. Well, we have rain. Rain is going on right now. We have advisories for rain, for hail, for snow, and possibly thunderstorms and tornadoes. Now, I know Oregon is not big on having tornadoes. We do get them. They're usually very, very small. I know that Washington also gets tornadoes, and in the last couple of years they've had a couple of damaging tornadoes up around the Vancouver area. So Mother Nature is playing with us right now. Just ride it out, stay home when you can, curl up, stitch. It's what we do, right? I have a stack of things over here that I want to share with you. I have some video clips that I'm going to add on at the end of this that shows what I've been doing with my organization of floss, stitching fabric, and finishing fabric. So those will all be at the end. I have a stack of stuff. So last week we were supposed to get together, all the Cluckers were supposed to get together up at Anna's house last week, and like I said, Mother Nature's been playing with us, and it snowed up in Portland the day that we were supposed to go up to Anna's. Where Anna lives is way up a hill, and it's one of those you do this to get up to her house. And none of us were going to do that because that just wouldn't be a good thing. So we rescheduled for yesterday and met up at Cheryl's hen house instead. And I'll get more into that later on. So what did I do on Monday last week when I couldn't go to the hen house? I watched Flosstube. And I've been watching all these people here recently who have been stitching tomato patterns or making tomato pincushions. And I've been thinking about making a tomato pincushion myself because I have one that I've had for years and years and years. It's in my basket over here. So I went through YouTube and I put in a search for how to make a tomato pincushion. And there's lots of them. There's lots of them. Anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes long to half an hour long. There's ones that tell you how to cut out a 6-piece pattern and sew 1 to 2 to 2 to 3 to 3 to... no. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I can sew, I'm not a seamstress. I don't have time to be making patterns to make tomato pincushions and sewing them together. But I still wanted one, and there had to be something easier, right? So I went through and I found several different videos that had one that was very similar. And I sat and I watched all of them, and I thought, okay, that's the one that I can do because it only requires 2 pieces of material. Did I make it on Monday? No, I didn't make it on Monday. Because I hadn't organized my finishing fabrics upstairs yet. So the next day I went upstairs and I opened up the bottom drawer of the dresser where all my finishing fabric was stacked one on top of another, and it was jumbled up mess in there. And I grabbed a handful of them and I sat at my desk and I separated them. I separated them by patterns. I have a lot of them that have polka dots on them because I bought a bunch of polka dotted fabrics when I went through my berry phase last year. And then I separated them by color, and if I had seasonal ones, if I had Christmas fabrics, and if I had Halloween fabrics. And yes, I have Halloween fabrics. But I got that bottom drawer organized, and in the process of doing it, my idea for how I wanted to stitch that tomato-ish pincushion changed. Because originally I was thinking, yes, I want to make a red tomato type pincushion. And yes, I do have red fabrics. But then I found one that had Ouija board on it. And I know you've all seen this fabric used many times before. I've used it on a project bag myself. I've seen others use it on project bags. I've seen it used for finishing. And I thought, you know, I'm going to have fun and I'm going to use that because I do like Halloween. I do like patterns and fabrics like that. So I'm not a fan of Ouija boards themselves. I avoid them because I just don't want to deal with them. I like the designs of them, but I don't want to deal with a real Ouija board. So anyway, what I came up with was this little pincushion. And this is super, super easy to make. It takes 2 circles of fabric, so you can make them any size that you want. A button for the top, or if you wanted it to look more like a tomato, you could use some wool and make leaves and make a tomato top on it. If you want to learn how to make these, just type into your YouTube search how to make a tomato pincushion. You'll find several tutorials on this. It was so easy, and it is so, so cute. So, start, finish, not cross stitch, but related. And then I had another pincushion that I had to finish. And I posted the finish of this one on Instagram. I was watching Jeanine McGowan, the Blue Flower, and she showed her free pattern. Okay, I know I have it here somewhere. She was showing her free pattern from Market this year of the Violas. And I shared that with you, and I said that I wanted to make a pincushion out of it. I said that this would make a biscorning. It's not square, so no, this would not work for a biscorning. But right after I watched Jeanine's video, I watched Helen D doing her tutorial on block finishes. And it was like, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. But the issue is, Jeanine made a pattern of these 9 little violas, and I wanted to have violas around the sides of my block pincushion. So I was at work, and it wasn't busy, and I grabbed a piece of paper and I started working out the math, because I know that each viola is 11 stitches high and 13 stitches wide, and there's 1 space between each side, and I'm not going to bore you with the math. I figured it out. I came home, I stitched out a band of violas, and this is what I ended up with. This is the top, here is the bottom, the side, the top, the other side, and the bottom. And following the directions that Helen gave us, I was able to put this together, and I think this is so stinking cute. I am just really, really tickled with this. And if anybody else has the free Viola pattern from Jeanine from the Blue Flower, I think they were just going to the needlework shops that were at market. So check with your needlework shop, see if they have her pattern, get it. If you want my math for the sides, send me a picture of your pattern so that I know you actually have it. I'll send you my math for the sides, and then go watch Helen D to learn how to do your own block finish, because this is cute. This is so cute. All right, I've been stitching on a variety of other things. I've got it all stacked up over here, so in no particular order. Possibly. I have been working on the Black Needle Society's Frogwarts Year 2. I've shared this with you before, and this is where I am at on it. I finished the Weasley's Flying Car over here. I am now currently working on the camera over here. I still have a house to do. I still have several creepy crawlies to put on here. I am going to put the band down here that's supposed to be the spine and the saying underneath it. It's just getting it done. But I figure as long as I keep putting a couple stitches in it, I'm making progress. So there's Black Needle Society's Frogwarts Year 2, getting some progress on that. I had a new start. Since I finished the pincushion, and I made the tomato pincushion, I decided that I wanted to stitch Daydream Believer. Teresa Kogut. Love this. So, I've been organizing the fabric upstairs, and I have way more fabric than I thought I did. But it was so nice because when I decided that I wanted to start this, and I knew what size linen that I wanted to well, I didn't know what size linen I wanted to stitch this on. Let me correct that. I knew that I wanted to stitch it on a high count, but I don't really do high counts. My comfort zone is 28-32. I occasionally stitch on 36. I don't want to stitch on a 40. But when I was going through my fabrics upstairs, I thought, I want to stitch this on an Aida. And I know I have some 18 counts, which would put it at the 36 count. The model, stitched by Colleen, was stitched on 40 count. I found a piece of 22 count Hardanger. Colorway is Dune, so I am stitching this 1/1 with the called for DMC flosses, and I am enjoying this. This is nice, and the thing of it is that I can stitch this without a magnifier because it's Aida. If I'm stitching on sometimes even 32 count, I have problems seeing the holes on the fabric. 36 count, I almost always have to use my magnifier. I have not tried a 40 count, but this is a 22 count Hardanger, and I'm stitching on this just fine without any magnification whatsoever. Loving the colors. It's very cute. This is as tall as it's going to be. I'm not sure how wide it's going to be. You'll see when I get there. It all works. Okay. Another piece that I have been stitching on, and I've been stitching on this for a bit. I've shared it before. This is Sunflower Seeds for Ukraine. This is by Witch's Garden Designs. And I am stitching this on, is this also a 22 count? I'm stitching this 2/1. It's a very, very loose weave. And here's where I'm at. I am down here at the very bottom. Excuse me, tickle in my throat. I am down here at the very, very bottom. I have 2 little plants to do on either side of it. And this is pretty much finished. Now, there is an issue with this. And I don't know if you can see them, but right here, above the D and above the E, are 6 little skulls. And they're stitched in ecru, and they blend with this fabric so much. If I hold the fabric at an angle like this, I see them better than if I do looking at them right on. So I'm thinking that I'm probably, oh, I guess I could have pulled my needle through, but why do that? I could go around and backstitch them. I might. I've seen some images of this where like Pocket and Grow and Die are all backstitched. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do, if I'm going to do that yet or not, but I'm pretty sure that I'm going to go around and backstitch around the little skulls down there because they are very difficult to see. My plan is to make a wall hanging out of this. I want to personalize it down underneath and say Ukraine, February 2022, because that's when all of that started. But I'm really, really tickled with this. And I like seeing that other people are stitching it. And, you know, I think we need to remember these things. We can't change history. We need to remember history, and we need to learn from it. So, the other piece that I have been working on is my Alphonse Mocha. I'm going to pause my camera here, turn my camera around so that you can see her, and I'll show you where I'm at with her. Hold on just a moment. Alrighty, so here is my Alphonse Mocha. I have been working in this area and up through here, doing a lot of pinks and a lot of yellows and creamy colors in there. The way I work on it is that since I've got some blank areas up here, I will take, for example, whatever this one is as my next starting point, and I will grab that color and I will work it through this area, working down as much that way as I can so that I can fill in across these pages. But she is coming along quite nicely. I've got her arm done here, I've got her hand here. She is looking absolutely beautiful, and I know I need to spend more time on her because every time I sit down and work on her, I get way more done than I think I'm going to. And I need to have her finished because she is beautiful. And I love my Alphonse Mochas. Okay, yesterday we got to go spend some time with the Cluckers. I got to go spend some time with the Cluckers. There's no we here, there's me. Whatever. Like I was saying earlier, we were supposed to go up to Anna's last week. Snow happened, Mother Nature messing with us. So we rescheduled and decided to meet up at Cheryl's house, at the hen house. And this time, those who were able to make it were Anna, Jeanine from Acorns and Threads, Heather, Punky Pearls, Cheryl, it's her house, she should have made it, Susan Stanley, Stitch in Time, and myself. Becca wasn't able to make it because she was on a weekend trip with her husband. But I bring her up because I'm doing a giveaway of Becca's pattern. She has decided that she wants to do some designing, and she has designed some cute little pieces, and she designed this one for us. This is the Beehive Mother Cluckers. So when we were up there yesterday, Anna started stitching hers, and Becca, you need to know, she promptly messed up on it. Just like her drunk Santa, she's going to have an upside down drunk bee at the bottom of her fabric because she can't stitch. But we were talking about this and discussing what's all in the pattern, and we've got the Beehive Mother Cluckers, and there's a beehive and there's a crown above it for Anna. Here's the hen house for Cheryl, and there's some of her chickens and the little chicks. I don't know if you remember, a couple of years ago when Colleen was still living at Cheryl's house, and Cheryl decided that she was going to raise chickens, and she named several of her chickens after Flosstubers. She named one after me. I was very sad when she told me that the original Audrey chicken had died. I think she became chicken stock. I'm not sure. Anyway, she knew I was upset, so they got another chicken and renamed her Audrey. So there's an Audrey 2. Think Little Shop of Horrors, Audrey 2. Okay? She was telling us a story the other day. Another chicken named after another Flosstuber. And I'm not going to mention who this Flosstuber is because this Flosstuber has not been informed that the chicken named after them has passed away yet. Cheryl said she went out to the hen house. She found the deceased Flosstuber chicken, and Audrey 2 was standing on its head. So I'm sitting here looking at this pattern, and Becca, I have to personalize this. I have to personalize this. There's a hen sitting here on a nest, and there's a hen strutting about the yard. And I think I have to stitch one upside down with the other one on top of it because anyway, I would like to give away a PDF of Becca's Beehive Mother Cluckers because I want to support my friend in her endeavor to become a designer, because I think this is a cute pattern and I'm going to have some fun with it. Both Cheryl and Anna have gotten comments from people that they wish that they could be viewers, that they wish that they could be honorary Beehive Mother Cluckers. Of course you can. Anybody can be a Mother Clucker. So Becca has made a second PDF that has the word honorary on it, and if you go to her Gumroad, you can purchase this pattern. I think it's $5, and if you purchase it, she'll send you this pattern plus the extra one that has the word honorary on it so that you can add it to your own. I am going to do a giveaway for this. It's one of those things where if you win, you're going to send me your email and I will notify Becca and she will send it on to you. The giveaway for this, Cluckers. Has to be Cluckers. It is a cute pattern. She's got the DMC in here. I know that she has been using, she has the Bestitch Me silk and the DMC colorations on here. These are my Cluckers, and I love every single one of them. So that is going to be my giveaway for this video. I am going to, I have it. I have her Gumroad, and I will list that in my description box down below so that you can go and check out what she has been designing. I wish her the best of luck in designing. having to figure out the math to do this was enough for me. I'm not going to go down that road. But I hope that you're interested in being an honorary Beehive Mother Clucker. I hope that you will help to support Becca in her endeavor to be a designer, and all the designers. There's so many great people out there who do the math that I don't want to. So, we had a great day up there. I had a great day up there. I think I was the first one that had to leave because I had to deal with issues with my car. I told you I ran over a shopping cart and I took it in to get it fixed last Monday. They sent me the estimate, said it was going to be $1,800. I took it in. Yesterday morning I got a new estimate on it. It's now $3,000. I have a $500 deductible, but my insurance company is playing games, and I actually got a call while I was up at the hen house from my insurance company informing me that they and the repair place couldn't come to an agreement on the price, and I would have to pay the extra out of pocket. So needless to say, that kind of put a damper on my day because my brain is swirling with what to do with that. I left early, came and picked up Mark. We drove over to the repair shop, and the guy there said, "Don't worry about it." He goes, "This is a normal game between insurance companies and repair shops." He goes, "You had your deductible, you've paid your deductible, that's all you're going to have to pay. The insurance company will pay for it." It's crazy. It's crazy. And the weather's crazy. So anyway, when I am done with this little bit here, I will be adding on my organizational endeavors videos. Words. You know I have problems with words. Why do I even try? Anyway, thank you all for coming and visiting with me again. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. If you're new and you haven't subscribed yet, please do, because I need you. And comment. I love the comments. I read all the comments. The comments are the best parts about my videos. Live long and stitch on, my friends. Bye-bye. So this is the armoire that I had downstairs in the living room, and it has become my storage unit for hanging my Adas and my linens. I bought some skirt hangers, pant hangers if you will, and I went through and I divided these up, so I've got all my 14 count Adas, and I don't have a tremendous amount of 14 anymore. It used to be the only thing I stitched on. My 16 and my 18s, then I've got my 28 count linens, and what I've done with these is I sort them by color range, and it's nice because I can then come in here, pull out a hanger, flip these up, and I can find the different colors that I want. So I am liking the way that this is working. These baskets down here have my smaller pieces that won't fit on hangers, or ones that are too big to go on a hanger. I have a couple of those. Back there I have some rolls of Ada, some needlepoint canvas. I've got my tier stand here. I've got my little bell jar canister there. So I have gotten this organized for putting my fabrics and linens in here. In my library I have this little dresser that I bought when I was first putting the Hobbit library together. And these bottom two drawers, this is the one that I used to have all my Adas and my linens for cross stitch in. But the bad thing about it is that everything was stacked one on top of the other. So I've gotten those moved into the armoire where they're now hanging. Then I had this bottom drawer, and it was in a similar state. These are all my fabrics that I use for finishing. And I decided that I wanted to organize these so that I could see better what I have. Going up to Anna's house, going up to Cheryl's house, both of them have their fabrics so that you can see it. They have theirs on shelves. Cheryl's has hers wrapped around boards so that they can stack on end. At Anna's, I think they're stacked one on top of each other, but they're on open shelves so that you can see them. Mine, you could only see what was on the top, and if I wanted anything, I had to dig through the whole thing, and it became a big jumbled up mess. So I went through and sorted these and pretty much folded them so that they were all down to the same size, but tried to put similar colors, similar patterns together, and then setting them on end so that I can see what I have and pick things out. So I've been organizing, and that's not all. Remember when I said the other day that floss builds up like tribbles? This is the stack of tribbles that I came across this morning that needs to be put away. I was cleaning out, I was trying to organize the crafting bureau and realized that I had a bunch of patterns that had either fabric in with them or fabric and floss, and I decided that I wanted to get those all separated so that I've got all my fabrics together and I've got all my floss together. This is all the floss that I pulled out of the patterns in the crafting bureau. And I'm still working on the crafting bureau because when you clean up one mess, you make another. Or at least I do.